Today we're going to take a look at the Triad from Damn Designs. So we have here the brass Triad from Damn Designs. I'm going to give you kind of a full unboxing experience as well. So it comes in this really nice wooden box packaging. And this screams expensive, right? Well, compared to most other enthusiast level spinners, this is really cheap. This is a $50 spinner. I got mine for $48 with shipping off of Spinetic Spinners because I had a discount code, but that's beside the point. Yeah, it is super nice for what you're paying. So here we have this nice, I mean, it's just some like cheap wood, obviously just stained. Then it has this nice Damn Designs holographic logo on the front, this laser etched cutout here, and it's got a magnetic hinge. And this blemish is from the brass sticker. Anyway, it's got a nice magnetic hinge. You can see the little magnets there and there. Then we have the Damn Designs card telling you don't put this in your mouth, and then their website and their Instagram. So this was designed by Adrian D'Souza. I don't exactly know how to pronounce his name, but let me tell you, he did a good job designing this thing. So it comes in obviously the foam, and here is the spinner itself. I have the brass version. It is patinaed a bit, if you can take a look there. I can compare it to other brass spinners in a minute. And then here's the other buttons. So you get two different sets of caps or buttons. You have this 10-sided decagon style cap, obviously with this stair step design, which is definitely a dirt trap, but yeah. And then you have round buttons, which as you can see are not patinaed. I didn't use these, I don't really like them very much, but you can see just the color difference there. I'll take these out in a minute, but there's the packaging, nothing, just foam. Very nice box. Everything came in plastic baggies on the inside for protection, which is good, but I did come with one little ding on my spinner. Not worried about it though. So these are the Radial style caps. They're a slightly deeper concave. You can tell there. Slightly deeper concave. The ridges are a bit deeper as well, so they trap even more dirt. And they're very nice. I just for some reason like these better. I guess it's less sharp. It feels more sandpapery because of how deep the ridges are. And I'm not a fan of how deep these concaves are. Like, this is deep enough for me. This is just too much. But you can see the color difference there. This was originally this color brass. But it patinas over time. Within a day it started looking like this, and it's been very incremental since then. So looking at that, I'll talk about patina really fast because it's brass. There are two different kinds of patinas. There is natural patina, which is this. It gets darker around the edges, and that's really it. Then there's something like a forced patina, which I'll show you. Then there's something like a forced patina, like this, which uses ammonia and salt to force it to basically corrode and come in a different color. This is my C3 or Zentri or whatever you want to call it. I dropped it. Whoops. There's like scuffs and stuff. Anyway, so here's the Triad. Let's talk about the Triad. So this is a beautiful design. I love this design. It screams me. It's modern. It reminds me of a diamond a lot, with the different faces or facets. And you're probably wondering, is this sharp? No. The only place it might be sharp is here. It's a dulled point. It's a very dulled point, but it is super nice. It can kind of not really hurt, but you can feel the point. It can't cut you or anything. Like if I give it a good flick, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything at all. It just is kind of sharp. yeah. The design is awesome. We have this little Damn Designs logo there at the front, on top of the spinner, and it's perfectly symmetrical. It's really cool. It patinas inside and along the lines, the cut lines. It looks super nice. So, speaking of design, might as well take a look at the inside. So here you can see it's still shiny. We have the Chinese bearing housing, which is just a bearing lock mechanism. You put the hybrid ceramic R188 bearing in there. It looks like a steel bearing, but it is hybrid ceramic. It just has a steel cage. And yeah, just put like a key or a knife or something flat or a coin in there and turn it. Very nice. The buttons are a bit different. So obviously these are the 10-sided radial buttons. Radial, I guess, radial. Stair-step buttons. And they have a lip on it to, when you put it on, it protects the bearing a bit. So as you can see, it goes over the housing. And then they're obviously just screw-on caps. So they do give extra bearing protection, so less dust and dirt will get in there. Very nice. One thing I do want to take a look at, if we zoom in here, is you're probably wondering, does this get scuffed up at all? Not really. I came with one little nick in it. Okay, so I went into my macro lens. Let's see if I can find the nick here. There it is. Right there is the littlest nick. And then I accidentally added a few when I dropped it there. But I just noticed it when filming this review. Not much at all. And if you want to take a look at the finishing here quickly, this is machine finish for the most part, as you can see a little bit there, but it's also lightly brushed. Ever so lightly brushed brass. It looks super nice. It actually makes it look super classy. I like the brass way more than I thought I would. And you can see the machine marks there a lot better. Design-wise, I think that's really about it. So yeah, it's not sharp. Everything's rounded very nicely, and it's super comfortable. This is, out of my 3 metal spinners, my favorite spinner. It's absurdly comfortable, and it gives good points for flicking. You can pull, you can flick, you can do this thing. It also works as what Fabian from SpinSpace might call a flipper tap. I can easily just go back and forth with it. Because of this corner here, it's very easy to pull. My finger immediately rests on that. I prefer to pull rather than flick. I get much more powerful spins from that, but you can flick as well very easily. And if you do this, it is, like I said, dull sharp. I don't know how to explain it. It's easy to use though, so that's good. It's not, I mean, it's brass, so it's heavy. I don't consider this a heavy spinner at all. I haven't really tried anything heavier than brass. I've only had brass. Whoops, but it's not that heavy. I wouldn't consider this heavy. I don't have a scale to give you an exact weight, but yeah. Oh, it's actually doing a warp. That's weird. Doing a warp on a 60 frames per second. That means it's spinning really fast. So this bearing is actually pretty nice. Like I said, it's a hybrid ceramic bearing, and it's not necessarily quiet. I would put a stealth bearing in for that, or I've heard that one-drop bearings are really good. But it is a fast spinner. As you can see, I'm getting a warp on a 60 FPS video, which doesn't happen very often at all. But it's really nice. So, speaking of the bearing, we have spin times, and it claims 3.5 to 5 minutes on the Spinetic website. The Damn Designs website does not give any stats on it. So I go from lowest hard of a spin to a hard spin. So table spins, which are actually louder, obviously. We're getting 2.5 minutes, so 2 minutes 38 seconds. First spin time, 3 minutes 20 seconds for the second spin time, and 3 minutes and 52 seconds for the third spin time, the hardest spin time. But I also put a stealth bearing in it, because I have some extras, they sent me a few. And I had 4 minutes and 17 seconds. So we're getting quite a jump with the stealth bearing. Then if I do a hand spin, which is where I keep my hand completely still, spin it vertically, I get 4 minutes and 28 seconds for the first spin time, 4 minutes and 15 seconds for the second spin time, and then 5 minutes and 31 seconds for the third spin time, which is the hardest. And then I got an extra minute and 11 seconds using the stealth bearing, so becoming 6 minutes and 42 seconds. So this spinner, saying that it's not a long spinner, maybe not if you do it on a table, but if you get a nice flick, nice pull on a hand spin, it can go. Which is interesting because the mass is relatively towards the bearing. So, interesting. But it works. And with the comfortability, there's no reason not to spin it in your hand. So how does this thing compare to the size of other spinners? So here's my Zen Tri or C3, and it's practically the same size. Just with, you know, tips and a little bit in between, but it's like virtually exactly the same. Here we have my brass Revo Tri. You can see the color difference in these two is ridiculous. Different types of brass, maybe, I have no idea. Definitely the Revo Tri is a bit bigger. This is from Fidget HQ. Bit bigger along the outside, deeper grooves for the fingers. Whoops. Different style caps, smaller caps. I like these bigger caps, actually. They're much nicer to use. These are a bit too small for me, though the concave is pretty nice. Now, if you want to compare it to a normal bearing wrap type of spinner, this is my Gadget Pro spinner with some Tornado buttons and some replacement weights. It dwarfs it. It's, again, very small, compact, fits in the palm of my hand, and is definitely an EDC spinner, an everyday carry spinner for sure. It's just super nice. I love it. So yeah, I cannot recommend this spinner enough, especially for the price. It is crazy cheap for what you get, and a lot of people say this feels like a much nicer spinner, like a $100 spinner, but it is a $50 spinner. I can't obviously vouch for that. I don't have a $100 spinner. This is my most expensive spinner, and probably topping out around this price. But it's just so comfortable and so fidgetable, and the packaging with the box, and then plus the goodies of the extra buttons, and then this little card here for Damn Designs. It's just so cool. I really like it. And if you want to check out more about this spinner, feel free to click the links in below, because I'm going to send you over to the Damn Designs page, Facebook page, where Adrian over there can tell you what exactly he's working on with new designs and stuff. Which means these are going to be delayed a little bit, the second batch, because he's working on some different designs that he wants to do first after the success of this. But eventually there will be a second batch. This is sold out everywhere, but I will still link you to the Damn Designs website, the Damn Designs Facebook page, and the Spinetic Spinners website for this guy. Both the brass and tri versions, probably just the Damn Designs section of Spinetic. You can also go ahead and check out the Spin Space Facebook page. It is the enthusiast community for hand spinners and fidget spinners. They're very particular about their stuff over there, and man, if you think I have a large collection, you should see some people over there. They buy everything under the sun, and for a lot more than $50, let me tell you. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Go ahead and like the video if you liked it. Favorite the video is favorite, don't share the video, subscribe for more. Look at how balanced this guy is. And yeah, I will see you all later. Take care.